Horizontal directional boring is a technique used throughout Maine to install underground utilities such as gas lines and electrical conduit. As technology has progressed, this method has become an important tool in the transportation sector. Instead of being limited to smaller diameter pipes, we can now use this process for pipes with diameters of 48 inches or more. In this 2024 project in Van Buren, a 24-inch pipe was installed horizontally underneath railroad tracks. Historically, Maine DOT would have used a more traditional method to install this pipe. That method would have involved cutting the railroad tracks and digging a deep trench with an excavator. In comparison, horizontal directional boring involves doing less damage to existing infrastructure. The technique is also less labor-intensive and less time-consuming. In this video, we'll highlight some of the main benefits of this technique and offer advice on when to use it. In ideal conditions, horizontal directional boring, also known as horizontal directional drilling or HDD, allows the installation of utilities or culverts without significant interruptions to the flow of traffic. Before drilling, the site must be prepared by digging a trench on each side of the road, or in this case, railroad tracks. These entry and exit trenches provide a place for the groundwater to pool and allow space to work. The drilling process starts with setting up the HDD rig or the drill off to the side of the roadway. This creates a safe and controlled work area for the drilling team. To drill horizontally at the right depth, the drill should be placed about 10 feet back for every 1 foot of depth required. For this project in Van Buren, drilling began about 120 feet back, allowing crews to reach a depth of 12 feet at a precise angle. Once any underground hazards have been identified and the site has been adequately prepared, the drill begins boring out the pilot hole. While the drill is in action, a clay slurry is pumped through the drill head. This not only helps lubricate the drill bit and stabilize the walls of the hole, but it also helps wash the earth out of the hole to clear space for the pipe. While the drill operator controls the speed and direction of the drill, another member of the team walks the path above ground to track the progress of the drill head. A transponder on the drill head wirelessly communicates with this locator tool and allows the operator to read not only the depth of the drill head, but also the orientation of the drill head as well as the overall pitch of the drill bit.
Drill head's shaped as a spade. It's kind of curved, so they can change the angle on it if they need to turn left or turn right or go up or go down. And they have a receiver up on top they use to follow that transponder that's in the ground. Every piece of drill steel is 10 feet. Every 10 feet they change it, they put another piece on. And every 10 feet they check it with the receiver, find out if they're still on line and still on grade, and they can make adjustments at that point.
By staying in constant communication with the drill operator, workers track the progress of the drill. This is also how the drill can be steered through a precise path underground. After the pilot hole is completed, the next step is reaming the hole to the appropriate diameter. The hole is reamed to a size that is slightly larger than the pipe that will be installed. Depending on the quality of the soil, this step can be completed by making multiple passes with reamers increasing in size, gradually making the hole larger with each pass. If the soil is particularly sandy or gravelly, the hole is more likely to collapse. In those conditions, it is possible to ream the hole with an auger just once while simultaneously pulling through the pipe. With either method, the pilot hole is widened to accommodate the size of the pipe. Once the pilot hole is fully drilled, the final stage involves pulling the pipe back through the reamed hole, completing the installation. On this project, crews were working with a 24-inch pipe. The outside dimensions were closer to 27 inches. The contractor reamed the hole to a 30-inch size as crews slowly pulled the pipe through. Over the course of about an hour, more than 60 feet of pipe was pulled through the hole until the final placement was correct. Horizontal directional boring not only minimizes traffic disruptions, but also enhances worker safety by eliminating the need for workers to enter deep trenches. Additionally, HDD can lead to financial savings, especially on projects where a pipe needs to be placed deep into the ground or where several legs of traffic would need to be controlled by flaggers. It's even possible, in ideal conditions, to execute a culvert installation without setting up a work zone in the road.
We drill underneath 95, 295 all the time, and then drill out into lakes, rivers for water intakes, water crossings. Yeah. pretty much where excavator can't go. If the soil's good, we can drill it. We've placed our drill in someone's basement and drilled through their wall and out. Yeah, it's pretty wild. You can do all kinds of stuff with it.
There's a road in further northern Maine up towards Allagash. There's only one road in, one road out, and it's 40 miles in and out. And there's a pipe that's 50 feet deep that we're looking to do this on. There's no other alternative to dig without building a gigantic bypass road that would cost a lot of money. So financially speaking, this is a good cost alternative to open excavation at a certain point.
For HDD to be an effective technique, a significant amount of space is required off to the side of the installation site. That may fall outside the state's right-of-way. For the project in Van Buren, this vacant lot was owned by the town, which granted an easement to the contractor for the duration of this project. Depending on the depth the pipe needs to be installed, the drilling team could need several hundred feet off to the side of the center line. Additionally, it's important to consider the following when choosing HDD: the size of the pipe to be installed, the required depth of the pipe, land access adjacent to the project site, the amount of traffic on the roadway, the quality of the soil including the presence of sand or rocks, and proximity to any adjacent waterways or wetlands. When planning to use HDD, it's important to provide clear, detailed information to the contractors involved. Provide as much information as you can so that the contractor gets a good understanding of what's involved in the project. By using HDD, transportation project managers can keep roads open, reduce safety risks, and even reduce costs. As stewards of Maine taxpayer money, it's important to all of us to budget wisely. We hope that by watching this video, you'll feel better prepared when considering horizontal directional boring as a potential solution for your construction projects.